Ever ponder the reason for blood flow to why does the penis deteriorate after the age of 70? Something is more important than you realize. As we age, our bodies undergo subtle changes. The manner in which the arteries that originally transported blood can start to thin readily. For many older men, circulation slows down. Because the most obvious difference is in one particular region that the veins support the penis's normal function it's about vitality, not simply connection. Self-assurance with a strong sense of well-being, and in this video, we'll show off 5 potent fruits that can assist in clearing and replenishing those blood. Ships older than 70 are not magical. Tablets are just natural foods that is available at any supermarket, and they work alongside your body rather than against it. Increasing nitric oxide to decrease irritation. Every fruit promotes a cleaner, improved blood flow where it counts. Most people stick with me through to the finish because even if fruit has never occurred to you as something that might alter your feelings as a man, this might potentially alter your viewpoint. Whether you're trying to increase your endurance and rebuild your self-assurance or just take better care of what you consume has an impact on your circulation. More than you may imagine. Let's start with the number 1 of the most potent pomegranates. Foods to help blood flow after the pomegranate may appear to be 70. Inconspicuous on the exterior, but this fruit has a naturally occurring medical cabinet filled with polyphenol compounds and antioxidants that promote vascular health directly and in terms of enhancing circulation in the lower area. Pomegranate is a unique fruit. The reason pomegranates work so well is how oxidative stress is affected and synthesis of nitric oxide. As we age, blood vessels start to become less flexible. They constrict and harden, accumulating plaque. Particularly in smaller arteries, such as this occurs among people who furnish the penis. Gradually over time, and frequently without symptoms until the flow just is not as pomegranate as it once was. Assists in reversing that trend. Its free radicals are the target of antioxidants that more severely harm blood vessels. Crucially, it maintains nitric oxide is a chemical that your body must maintain blood vessels opened and relaxed when nitric oxide degrades too rapidly. When arteries are kept, they become rigid. More blood flow is possible even through the tiniest, most fragile veins. Many research has indicated that consuming the seeds or pomegranate juice on a daily basis might enhance circulation and lessen the accumulation of arterial plaque in men in particular. It has been connected to improved performance, increased endurance and enhanced operate gradually rather than in response to stimuli. However, pomegranate doesn't come from restoration, compel the body to mend itself, and this is the good news is that you don't have to overdo it by only drinking a tiny glass of juice. Either in the morning or with some seeds added to your salad or muesli can start to make an impact that you're not pursuing. Rapid outcomes. You're feeding your blood vessels from within in order to the main source of annoyance for many men isn't the silent loss of aging itself. Regulate the perception that something is missing, but they're unsure how to fix it. Pomegranate provides a straightforward natural how to start taking back that control. No adverse effects without medications, only the strength of a fruit that has been relied upon from the beginning of time. And if you're someone who's been feeling a little more lethargic recently, or you've observed alterations that reduce your sense of self-worth, one little dietary change you could make is the start of something better, something more powerful than you believe was feasible after 70, but the reality is life depends on blood flow, not just for you heart, but for your self-assurance, identity, your connections, and pomegranates are possibly among the most underutilized allies in your defense. At first glance, it appears to be the second watermelon. Watermelon may appear to be a bit more rather than a midsummer snack, but concealed beneath its delightfully cool flesh is a strong substance that has a direct impact on the condition of your blood vessels, particularly the ones that are most important. That substance is known as citrin after 70. And it might be a calm place for elderly males. One amino acid that can be discovered is gameshare citrin. In large amounts in watermelon, and it is used by your body to produce nitric oxide. The same vital chemical that aids relax and enlarge blood vessels. Procedure is essential for a seamless, unhindered circulation. After artery relaxation, blood flows more readily, which includes the tiny, delicate vessels that sustain the beauty of the penis's healthy function. Of citrin is the way it interacts with the body in contrast to synthetic stimulants or drugs that compel a reaction. Citrin improves your body's natural abilities desires to do so and promotes natural blood dilation of the vessel without applying pressure on your nervous system or heart. That's particularly crucial for guys with high blood pressure or those who are taking heart drugs who require a secure supportive method for keeping watermelon in circulation. Furthermore, contains a lot of water, which aids with hydration, which is another element in healthy blood flow. In the event of dehydration, your blood thickens and flows more gradually. Adequate hydration along with citron fosters an atmosphere where your circulatory system is capable of more effectively. You're not only getting better one thing, you're doing better overall circulatory well-being from inside. Men start to realize that eating watermelon frequently, particularly during a better morning, results from an empty stomach, vitality, increased endurance, and a general vigor they hadn't experienced in years. And it's not dramatic, instantaneous, but consistent over time. More importantly, this fruit also assists indirectly through promoting renal function, which helps to eliminate waste from your bloodstream and maintaining your internal. Improved kidney health through chemical balancing indicates that the blood is cleaner. Encourages the development of healthy arteries. Linked, you don't need to consume a few slices of melon every day to observe outcomes following supper, or incorporated into a morning smoothies can offer dependable advantages, particularly when consumed frequently. And if you like diversity, keep in mind that the rind's white portion has even don't, because there is more citron than red flesh. Throw it away. Many men don't use it. Watermelon, since it appears overly straightforward to be successful, but nature frequently does so that what appears simple on the surface has a great deal of inner insight, and that soft assistance is just what you need beyond 70. What your body need, rather than merely operate but to flourish. If you're still viewing this video and discovering these excellent insights, kindly provide the comment number 2 below to inform me of your presence. And in case you haven't signed up yet, I advise you to sign up and activate the bell to ensure that you don't miss any of your support. Enables us to keep producing quality material to educate and motivate you. Right now, let's proceed to the third berry. As well as capillary repair, if any, a collection of fruits that merits greater credit for maintaining the clarity of blood vessels and elastic, whether it's berries, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, or these tiny fruits, raspberries, have a very strong blow, particularly regarding the preservation of the little delicate blood-supporting capillaries flow within the most vulnerable regions of the body. Flavonoids hold the true key. Natural plant substances that are present in high levels of flavonoids in berries possess potent antioxidants and effective anti-inflammatory qualities. Right against your artery walls. As we age, oxidative stress and inflammation. Endothelium is silently harmed by stress. The thin cellular layer lining your arteries of blood. When this lining is weakened, circulation is affected. However, flavonoids shield it, maintaining the transparent, flexible, and responsive paths. Among the most significant advantages of the capacity of berries to lower accumulation of plaque in arteries, but only the big ones that lead to your heart, but additionally, the smaller ones that provide blood to the reproductive system and pelvic. These vessels are particularly susceptible to gradually getting smaller, and because since they're smaller, even slight obstructions can having observable benefits. Berries lower that risk. Which is also noteworthy is the effect of berries on nitric oxide levels similar to those of pomegranates, and berries from watermelon help the body's innate capacity to create and maintain nitric oxide, which results in improved vasodilation. Is a fancy word that for the capacity of your blood vessels to enlarge to better allow blood to flow through. Better circulation is the result of vasodilation. You may not be able to use every portion of your body. Notice a change with just one bowl of blueberries, but eventually ordinary berries consumption has been connected to better, more consistent blood pressure and energy levels, improved mental performance, and yes, enhanced sexual health. For what reason? Everything is impacted by circulation, not just your heart, but your muscles and mind and your self-assurance. Berries also help appropriate levels of cholesterol and lower the rigidity that frequently appears in arterial stiffness over time. And that why does blood flow feel constrained? What transforms a powerful pulse into a slow drip? But with the appropriate nutrients those vessels may be able to replenish. Because of their adaptability, they might never be their 25-year-old selves, but they can undoubtedly superior to what they've. You don't need exotic things when you're 75. Several types or pricey powders, a few of frozen or fresh berries every day. Incorporated into your cereal, yogurt, or consumed on their own suffices to deliver. The secret is steady advantages. Consistency. these substances are most effective. When you incorporate them into your everyday routine, not merely a treat once in a while, and if you've been experiencing more fatigue, hazy or less linked to your, don't overlook your regular energy sometimes. What you're experiencing goes beyond age, its circulation, and the remedy can be flourishing on a bush outside of your window. Hence, do not undervalue these little fruits. Have enormous advantages, and they might even be the tastiest. Method to begin restoring your blood flow. Number 4. Citrus fruits. One bite at a time. Something about the clean, crisp citrus flavor that awakens you, and as it happens, your blood vessels sense the lemons, oranges, grapefruits, and not only are limes pleasant, but they comprise a potent blend of substances that can aid in internal cleansing of your arteries and improve their restoration. Where blood flow has been lost, let's begin with vitamin C, which most people are aware of for preventing colds, yet few understand how it is necessary for the repair of blood vessels. Vitamin C facilitates the synthesis of elastin and collagen, are two proteins that maintain the strength and flexibility of arteries. When arteries are broken down, by those proteins solidify, and once they do, blood cannot flow as easily as possible, particularly in the reduced blood arteries around the pelvic and groin. But not every citrus fruit contains substances known as flavonoids as well. Hesperidin in particular, which has been demonstrated in research to enhance endothelial function, which is your capacity to blood vessel relaxation and enlargement. This is important for guys over 70. Since among the first things to age-related reduction in blood vascular flexibility, and when it declines, so does the feeling of performance, enthusiasm and vitality. Is yet another advantage of citrus. Its capacity to lower the viscosity of blood. In plainer language, it thins the blood simply sufficient to allow it to move more freely. For those who are struggling, that is excellent news. With slow breathing or sensation such as their limbs or additional body components, body isn't receiving the same amount of this, is something that many men are used to. Ignore grapefruit in particular. Has enzymes that could aid in breaking, reducing the little fat buildup in arteries. These resemble minuscule obstructions that reduce the rate of flow without ever producing signs such as those that lead you to a doctor, but those delays eventually add up to rise, and their effects extend beyond the heart. They impact all the organs that rely on a healthy, robust blood supply. That includes the one that worries you the most currently, and similar to berries and citrus fruits like pomegranates, aid increase naturally occurring nitric oxide levels, indicate smoother and better dilatation of blood vessels flow, and a more trustworthy reaction when the effect could be subtle at first, but you need it initially. But a lot of men who begin citrus often, particularly in the feeling more energized this morning, more vigilant and more steady all around today. A brief reminder on grapefruit can interact with specific drugs, so if you're taking medication, it's advisable to consult your physician first, although for the majority of citrus is a cheap, simple, and safe option for males. Strategy to promote cardiovascular health, particularly in bodily parts that depend on small arteries to perform large tasks. Therefore, when you reach for a snack next, think of a glass or a few slices of orange. You may not notice the amount of lemon water outcomes in the mirror immediately, but things are beginning to happen inside your arteries to move once more, and life is that movement. If you continue to view this video, and I hope you find these insights useful, please let me know in the fourth comment below. If you haven't already, you're here subscribed, but I advise you to do so. And press the bell to ensure you don't miss it. Your assistance with any videos is helpful to us. Keep producing informative, high-quality articles and motivate you. Now, let's go. 5th, microurculation in kiwis repair. Kiwi may initially appear similar to yet another tart fruit served on the supermarket shelf, but within that tiny fuzzy skin has unexpected power. Instrument for elderly men attempting to repair their blood flow, particularly in the areas where kiwi is one of the few foods that matters most. Fruits with a combination of antioxidant power, assistance for vascular repair and natural thinning blood into a single, bite-sized packet. Let's start with the fundamentals. Kiwi has a unique combination of antioxidants containing vitamin C, vitamin E, and this trio of polyphenol doesn't simply safeguard your cells, it actively lowers your arteries' oxidative stress, and after reducing oxidative stress, the internal blood vessel lining known as the endothelium can begin to recuperate, resulting in smoother walls and less irritation and a decrease in the small blockages that prevent blood from getting to delicate tissue. But what truly sets kiwis apart? What impact does it have on platelets? Aggregation is a fancy word for the process of, as we age, our blood cells get more sticky. Particularly beyond age 70, blood tends to thicken, it slows down and clots more easily. And that gradual slowing may result in numerous issues, not only in the heart or legs, but in the veins that are smaller and the arteries that are involved in intimate. Kiwi performance aids in reversing that. It has a natural blood thinning effect, lowering the possibility of microclots that stop the flow of blood in the most vulnerable. Where there are more kiwis, they have a distinct enzyme known as actinidin. Facilitates the breakdown of proteins during digestion. However, research has also connected it to enhance the absorption of nutrients, particularly minerals such as potassium and magnesium, and this is why magnesium matters. Aids in blood vessel relaxation while potassium promotes general circulation. Thus, when you are able to digest meals more efficiently, you take in more of the positive things that maintains the flexibility of your arteries and receptive. Allow me to introduce George. A few months ago, a 77-year-old sent us an email. He began eating a kiwi every day after that. Just one within 3 in the evening before bed weeks, saying he slept better and felt lighter. Superior, and most intriguingly seen a re-emergence of something he believed had vanished, a healthy morning response now, for good. That's only the narrative of one individual, and everybody has a unique body, but for George, kiwis were more than just a fruit, they were a pivotal moment. If you have never purchased, don't worry, finding a kiwi is simple. Peeling it is not necessary if you don't wish to know that the skin is genuinely edible and rich in fiber. Simply clean it and the sweet tart flavor intensifies as you slice it. And the advantages begin to accumulate rapidly, particularly if you make it part of in a world where your weekly routine. It's common advice for older guys to accept exhaustion, inadequate blood flow, and lack of serve as a component of aging. Anything as easy as a kiwi turns into a tiny act of it. Responds with defiance, no, I'm not done yet. Furthermore, you're not. You still have time to build up your physical strength from the inside out, and occasionally that begins with something as minor as odd, attractive, and as strong as a kiwi pie. Lastly, it's simple to believe that alterations in the circulation or energy drive are simply a typical aspect of growing older. Something that we must embrace and dwell in silence, yet the reality is our bodies continue to listen. Reacting while yet being able to fix, and frequently, it doesn't require a miraculous medication or costly medical care. Sometimes it's just regarding selecting the appropriate fuel. These 5 fruits may appear straightforward, yet their impact, are they not fighting the hidden accumulation in our veins, particularly in places that are intimately related to a man's perception of vigor and self-assurance? They promote improved blood circulation, nourishes the cells that maintain vessels' responsiveness and openness, and repair the small items we fail to recognize our losses until they return. If aging has one thing to offer, taught me that nothing ever changes unless we determine that it is important. Whether including some berries in your bowl in the morning or finishing the day with a kiwi, your actions today can influence what's feasible tomorrow, and I appreciate you coming. We would be delighted to hear from you now. Share one and leave a remark below. Anything you discovered today and your planning strategy to apply it to your life. Your ideas are vital to us, so please don't hesitate to share them after reading your remarks. Us a lot of inspiration and support. If you found and liked this video useful, kindly like, subscribe, and share. Your assistance enables us to keep producing excellent material to educate and motivate you.